Hello everybody, the other day we got a couple of developer blogs from the old school RuneScape team, Zeah, which is the new continent, and achievement diaries. This video is for Zeah, so if you want to go to the achievement diary video, please click here. So, the new developer blog, Zeah, the new continent. Zeah is an enormous landmass to the west of Istafar. It is roughly the size of the area between Profidinus and Falador on the existing map, and it's packed with brand new content for old school. In this developer blog, they're going to be going over what they know about Zeah and talking about where they'd like the development to go from there. Please keep in mind that there is still a long way to go for the new continent. There is a huge amount of land to fill, and what they have so far is not all there will be. As the development goes on, you'll hear more and more about the vast amount of content that will be filling up Zeah to the brim. So let's start off with Port Roberts. When you make your way to Zeah, your first stop will be Port Roberts, a large floating platform town which offers vital trade and trade routes between sea and the mainland. Despite large dependency from the mainland, Port Roberts is considered a slum due to its lawless ties with piracy and illegal smuggling. Adding as a hub for passing pirates who frequent the docks with illegal trade, the port ties with piracy attracts a lot of attention from charters, merchants and the Gnome Navy Armada. The Gnomes' pre-established fleet and tradition of seafaring has led them to track down and, as best they can, reduce and eliminate the illicit trade that plagues the sea town of the mainlands. So that sounds like a fun town to go around, kind of a basic start for the new continent. Next, Civitas Illas Fortes, a Roman-themed empire of discipline, combat, honour and dominion. Civitas Illas Fortes boasts one of the largest combat training and endurance tests in all of Gelenor, the Great Colosseum. As an expansion to the previous popular duel tournaments, the Colosseum will offer the ultimate dueling tournament and experience. Building upon what the duel arena has already achieved, the Colosseum will match the duel arena in size and scale. Only its combat ground will be the same size as all 6 duel arenas combined. With spectator seating circling the arena, viewers can watch the ultimate showdown between combatants fighting for the crowd support and the reward for all the entry fees. But this sounds like a really kind of interesting idea. We don't really know much about the town. It'd be kind of nice if they expanded on that. But this minigame sounds quite interesting. So it's like the fight pit, but really you have to pay money to go in, and the winner takes all of the money out. Next, Great Kurend. The kingdom of Great Kurend is a huge populous land embroiled in anarchy. 5 families are endlessly fighting for power over the kingdom after the death of the last king. These families control everything in Great Kurend, from food the citizens eat to the kingdom's defences, and they will do anything to ensure that they are on top. Earning the favour of these 5 families will play a big role in your experience of Great Kurend. You decide what family you side with, and your decisions have consequences, both positive and negative. Siding with one family will unlock benefits, and the more favour you gain, the more significant those benefits become. Great Kurend will be an area in-game where decisions you make truly have an impact on your experience. The kingdom will evolve around your choices. So this is a really interesting idea. Many games have decision-based things where you have to side with one team, and all your experiences from there will change from that. But RuneScape's never really done that, and to me, I find that a bit strange that they want to add that now. Now obviously the developers have been watching Game of Thrones right now, but it's kind of an interesting idea. I kind of like the idea of having master families. So this left family looks quite a combat and balanced family. This next one looks like it's fishing related. The one in the middle looks like it's got lots of smithing and fire related to it. The one to the right looks like it's got magic involved with it. And the one on the very far right looks like they do food and drinks. So if this were to be added, this is kind of like a class system, where if you side with one family, you're more likely to be a combatant, or a runecrafter, or perhaps a smith. Next, Kerulum and the Tazakal. The city of Kerulum is an ancient city located in a dilapidated, dormant volcano. Only the strongest and most agile players will be able to enter the city. High strength and agility will be a requirement to make your way into the remains of the volcano and access the city. Kerulum is a home to an incredibly strong ancient race that has never been seen before in RuneScape, the Tazakal. The Tazakal are born and bred guardians and slayers who aim to maintain balance of life and death, embracing death as part of life. One of the ways in which the Tazakal keep balance and control is by assigning slayer targets to players. Players will be able assigned incredibly challenging tasks, and they will see new slayer tasks and equipment made available as a result of taking tasks through the Tazakal. So this is a really interesting idea. I kind of like the idea of Kerulum having to have strength and agility to get in there. The Tazakal sound very much like the Tazar. Perhaps we could have some kind of law stating that they are long lost distant relatives. I like the idea that the Tazakal are very Slayer dependent. Obviously a lot of old school players do enjoy Slayer, and new Slayer tasks, monsters, etc. will be great. But to me, I don't want too many of these added, but I think a great idea would be to have them have a new type of Slayer. For example, if you get assigned to kill Bloodvelds until you get a Bloodveld tongue. A Bloodveld tongue would only drop when you are assigned them as a task, and the Bloodveld tongue would probably be an uncommon to rare drop. But that's just my kind of idea on that. Next, the Paradigm of Exodus. The Paradigm of Exodus is an enormous dungeon that is home to one of the most devastatingly powerful creatures in Galenor. Found in and around an active volcano, players will be able to team up in Galenor's first raid and venture into the dungeon, taking on the challenge of randomly generated dungeons and unpredictable progression. The Paradigm of Exodus will be big. Between 5 and 30 players can party up and attempt to take on the challenge of both the dungeon and the boss at the end of it. Combining interesting combat mechanics, teamwork and puzzle mechanics, the Paradigm of Exodus is not a challenge for the weak. So that's an interesting idea that the old school team have been talking about for a long time, randomly generated dungeons. Obviously many people enjoy dungeoneering in RuneScape 3, but the question will be, how similar will the Paradigm of Exodus be to dungeoneering? Do we want it to be similar to dungeoneering, or do we want it to be similar to other raids from other games? Or perhaps we'll want it to be its own type of raid. For me, I'm really unsure about this, and until we get more information, I'm kind of against this. And finally, further development. The above information is, of course, just the start of the new continent. There will be much more to come, and you can be sure that they'll be showing us every idea that pops into their heads. They hope that we return the favour and let them know what we think. Zeah is going to be the biggest project ever taken on by the old school team, and they will, at every possible turn, be looking to the community for feedback and ideas. The thought of an entirely new continent is a big one, and it is one that they realise needs as many minds at work as possible to create a full and enjoyable experience. Providing the continent passes in the upcoming poll, they'll be kicking off the development of Zeah in full force come 2015. So obviously they are looking for a lot of feedback and ideas off the community, so if you have any feedback and ideas, make sure you go on the forums and perhaps discuss it in my comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with old school RuneScape updates, dev blogs and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.